Hello, Darren, aka Skipper D here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Florida 120 route for 2026. A couple of disclaimers right off the bat. I am not an organizer of the Florida 120. I'm not involved in that in any way whatsoever. I'm simply a sailor who has registered to participate in the event. Another disclaimer is that I've never done the 120. I've never done any rally, so this is all brand new to me. I've only seen a lot of YouTube videos about various rallies like the Florida 120, the Texas 200, the Everglades Challenge, and these are things that appeal to me and I'm excited about, and I thought I would start with what I think might be one of the better ones for an entry-level person like myself. The Florida 120 is an annual rally, takes place every year in May. The official start day is the Thursday after Mother's Day. This year it will be May 14th to the 17th. However, there are days, I think there's a day before and after that you can do if you want to have an extended experience. Small boats, trailer sailors take part in this event, and you launch your boat, you go 120 nautical miles over the course of several days. You go this year will be from west to east, about 60 nautical miles, and then you turn around and go back the other way. They've published a PDF that shows the general route. So I will go through what I've seen in the PDF. Here we have some images, and if we go in a clockwise rotation, we see that the first night is going to be in Fort McCree. The second night will be in Big Sabine. The third night will be on Spectre Island, the fourth night at Deadman's, and the fifth night back at Fort McCree. And you can see from the pictures here the types of boats that you might see participating in this type of event, how they beach. For boats that are like my boat, which is very small, 14-footer, I have no cabin on my boat. As you can see in these pictures, there are tents, and that's precisely how I will be participating in the event. I'll beach my boat and then pitch a tent on shore, and that's how I will sleep. If we move down here to the high-level charts, you can see the course. So here at the top of this page, we have day one. We'll be moving from Fort McCree all the way to Big Sabine. I'll try to get this to fit on one page here. So we see this yellow dot on the left side. This is on the western side of Santa Rosa Island. There's Fort McCree. So that's the meeting point. It's the start point. And from there, the first day will be a segment that goes 19 miles upwind, according to this, from Fort McCree to Big Sabine. Along the way on Santa Rosa Island, there are some stops that you can make. The first one here being Fort Pickens, this orange dot, and it looks like there are restrooms available there. Further east, we see Little Sabine and Pensacola Beach, and it looks like at Pensacola Beach there are restrooms, food, so restaurants, cafes perhaps, and trash disposal. And then on to Big Sabine. So that's day one. Day two will be moving further east, so we go from Big Sabine to Spectre Island. This is a 22-mile trip upwind. Presumably the winds will be coming out of the east. So we go from Big Sabine to Spectre Island, and along the way there are some stops. Here's Opal Beach Pavilions, where there are some restrooms, and Navarre Beach, where there are restrooms, restaurants or cafes, some sort of food, accessibility, and trash disposal. And on the map here they put a little specter for Spectre Island, little ghost. Third day, you turn around and you go back the way you came. This is expected to be a downwind leg if we're lucky. So this will be 35 miles downwind, going from Spectre Island to a place called Deadman's. So it looks like you come all the way back through, and then you head north and up and around this little landmass here to get to Deadman's. And then on day 4, you go from Deadman's back to Fort McCree. I should point out that there are various launch points for your boat, so there are different ramps that you can start from. The 2 most popular are Mahogany Mills, which is up here, this sort of orangish boat icon. So that's one launch point. You come out, you can go through this channel, and then come down and go west to get to Fort McCree. And the other popular one is Big Lagoon State Park, which is this reddish boat icon, and that is where I will be staying. So I have reservations at Big Lagoon State Park. I'll be there, getting there a couple of days early, so I'll be camping there. Tuesday, what I plan to do is launch the boat and get out into these waters here. Maybe even do a test run, like from Big Lagoon to Fort McCree and back, just to get familiar with this area. And then on Wednesday, I'll be at Fort McCree. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there are some additional days before and after. So here is an update that is available. They're adding a Tuesday and a Saturday. These nights are optional for those who have the time to participate. On Tuesday, you have the opportunity to meet at Spanish Point. I'll do another video with a paper chart and I'll show where Spanish Point is. And then on Saturday, they'll be stopping at White Island. In a future video, I'm going to have a paper chart and I'll show you where these additional places are. If you do through Saturday, it's expected that Sunday you'll recover your boat and then the event is over. My plan is to get there on Monday. I have reservations in the state park all the way until the following Monday. So just in case I get caught out or end up getting delayed in some way, if I'm out in the event and it ends up taking me longer, I've got an additional day reserved just in case. That's it. Thank you. For more information, you can go to the Florida 120 website. Just search in your favorite search engine on the Florida 120 rally, and you should be able to find it.